Thank you, Jackson. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce to you our convocation speaker this afternoon, Sarah Elizabeth Hill. Sarah is one of us. As a Gaylord College graduate who majored in professional writing, since graduation in 2010, she has built a fascinating business career focused on entrepreneurship that has taken her all across the country. Her first job out of OU was working in Washington, D.C. as a bookings producer for Al Jazeera's English network. She came back to Oklahoma and her native Texas to work with startups, then was off to a Los Angeles-based agency specializing in social media with clients like Nike and HBO. 10 years ago, she headed east to New York City, where she was a social media manager for the Super Bowl when it was held in the Meadowlands. After football, she went to work for yet another startup, The Reading Room, where she eventually became the CEO. Once in that position, she rebranded and relaunched the company as Bookster.com. She significantly expanded its video audience through Facebook Live programming, interviewing notable authors. She raised several $1 million in venture capital for the business while securing media partnerships with big publishers like HarperCollins. 5 years ago, Sarah left Bookster to start her own social media and podcast organization known as Bobi Media, named for her grandma. The company has worked with more than 100 clients, including artists, actors, authors, retailers, healthcare companies, fashion salons, and many, many more. Some of you graduates have heard me say that a degree in majoring in Gaylord College is the most versatile degree on campus. Gives you an opportunity to go work in a variety of places because you've honed your communication and critical skills while with us. Well, I can think of no better example than our convocation speaker this afternoon. So please join me in welcoming Sarah Elizabeth Hill. Sarah?
All right. Thank you, Dean Kelly. Your check is in the mail for saying such nice things about me. No, but really, I want to thank you, Dean Kelly and Lee Reynolds, for inviting me to speak today. I also want to thank all of the professors here at Gaylord, and especially writing professor Mel Odom, who I know has read countless terrible student novels, including my own, which we will not discuss today. So, class of 2023, I'm not sure if you've heard of this little thing called artificial intelligence, or AI. No, I know you've heard of it. Who actually wrote a paper this year? No, I'm just kidding. You better have written your papers this year. Funny thing is that even though I'm joking, I did ask artificial intelligence, particularly ChatGPT, to write this speech for me, just to see what it could do. It came up with a great speech, one about leadership and life challenges. Resilience was in there, and it even told me to tell you how capable you all are of success. Although it did miss the real insight and value of any firsthand experience, you would never know it. This got me thinking. With the excitement around AI, coupled with the fear of it coming to life and taking over the world, what is the difference between us and them? If it is perfect, how can we be better? In the AI speech, it could not reference feeling anything. It can't tell you the feeling of seeing your friends and family in a ceremony honoring your hard-won achievement. It never had to triumph earning a degree through a pandemic like you did. This life can be full of struggle, and AI has no idea what that is outside of a definition. It has never experienced struggle a day in its life. It sounds kind of nice in theory, and technically, it's perfect. Here's the thing. I'm not here to push an AI sucks agenda. It's simply not true. It's an amazing tool that you will have to use, but that's all it is, a tool in your toolkit. The other tools, your heart, your brain, and your wisdom will ultimately propel you. This next chapter can be very scary, and my advice to you is to lean into it. What are you scared of? Failing? Here's news for you. You will fail. Unlike AI, you will not have a team of engineers ready to fix you. I actually encourage you to fail. Decide early what you're okay at failing trying to do, and then do that thing, and just maybe you'll succeed. You sitting here today already tells me that you have an abundance of resilience. I have to tell you about one time that I had to be resilient myself. I was meeting with Alan Alda, the actor, who some of you may know from a little show called MASH or The West Wing, or like a million other brilliant performances. I have been in the room when Tina Fey, Tom Hanks, and Conan O'Brien told him he was their ultimate hero. He is your hero's hero. So yeah, I was a little nervous for this Facebook Live interview with him. And I woke up that morning to be told by my investors that I had to pull the plug on my entire company and let go of about 30 people. Before calling lawyers and HR, I called my stepdad. I told him I was going to cancel on Alan Alda. And he yelled loudly through the phone, "You can't cancel on Alan Alda. You'll regret it the rest of your life." You know, dads, they can be so dramatic. After the interview, I wrote Alan an email apologizing for my lack of attention. Explaining to him the situation, he responded with gracious words telling me it would be okay. This is a mantra I implore you to use often. It will be okay. A few months later, Alan became my first client for Bobi Media, my company now. He is still a client today, and his podcast has over 25 million downloads and made it to #1 on Apple's list of culture and society. Okay, so it sounds like things worked out seamlessly for me. But there's the part I left out, the sulking period. The eating ice cream out of the bucket in sweats, watching sad movies, period. I had no money, nowhere permanent to live because I lived in the office. At the same time, I had an engagement end, and soon after, I had a mental health crisis that ultimately led me on a health journey that would last for years. I promise you, all of these things worked out in my favor, and I tell you about them, so when things unravel in your life, and they will, you will remember that it will be okay. New doors will open for you better than you could have imagined if you just keep going. Despite my success, yes, I failed a lot. That's right, the lesson is to fail enough times and they will ask you to come back and give a convocation speech. At first, I wanted to write the next great American novel. Then, I wanted to be the next Christine Amanpour. I did anything and everything to get a great job at a top company. I knocked on every door during a recession. I applied to every news network, tech company, and entertainment in the United States at least 3 times to never get an interview. I begged the man, the editor, at the Washington Post for a job to just sweep the floors, only to be told that there was a 2-year wait list for an unpaid internship to sweep the floors, by the way. Rejection is redirection. And like water hitting the rock, move around it. Keep flowing. Take control of your life. When all the doors are closed, do not fear starting something yourself. This is America. You have the luxury and the right to create, experiment, build, and speak openly. So, do it. This is such an exciting time for you. It's the perfect time for you to spread your wings and chase what you love to do. Don't hold back. There's the other thing artificial intelligence can't express to you. The real people who will help you on your journey. People you can't make up even if you tried. Stronger, funnier, smarter, kinder, more inspiring than your brain can dream up right now. In your past and your future, these people will make up your life and your career. Thank them and be them for others. Okay, so just for a second, just a quick second, we're gonna talk about money. Because it was here at Gaylord that I learned how to turn a craft into a profession where I could make an income. It was also here that I was told that you can love what you do, but sometimes it will still feel like just a job. Thank you again, Mel Odom. Listen, we chose a field that leads with passion over profits, but you have to have a profit. Remember that and never feel ashamed for taking a job to put food on the table. Okay, so I know we're all ready to go celebrate at Campus Corner. I certainly am. So I will leave you with 3 quick lessons. First, never be embarrassed for trying. Success is a result of the amount of times you try, and I have found that to be true for anything. The value of success outweighs your failures. The failures do hurt, though. Second, lean in to your resilience. Life throws you curveballs. You quickly can be a victim of disease, prejudice, biases, fate, chance, bad luck, other people's actions and inaction. Process it, but do not sit in it. Don't set up camp and stay. It is the worst hotel, and it will cost you your time, energy, and your well-being. Resilience is a choice. It is a choice to get out of bed. It is a choice to leave a bad job or to start again with a new venture, person, or purpose. To move on takes great courage and, yes, resilience. It is painful, but it is the seed of anything bountiful. Third, master the pivot. Master letting go. Master the journey. AI can take a test for you, but it can't study. The importance is in the studying, the process, not the destination. You think there's a rainbow at the end of this road? I can tell you, you're currently walking on it. The pot of gold at the end that you discover is yourself. It's already within you. Chase your calling and the adventure of participating in this wild thing we call life. It's active. What you discover through life, how you let it unfold, that is the prize. Your character as a person is ultimately determined by the choices you make over time, as life erodes you and your adventure unfolds with it. Build your character and hold true to the values that make you. What is left will be the strongest parts of you, stronger than any robot and more intelligent than the artificial kind. It's the real stuff, and you're gonna need it in this fast-paced, ever-evolving industry. Class of 2023, you have degrees in mass communication now. You are the experts. You are truly better than AI, and do not forget that. Artificial intelligence will help guide you, but your real intelligence and emotion will lead you through the next phase in your life. Lean into your love of media, advertising, and storytelling. Your heart was not created in a lab. It's real and it's powerful, and you should follow it. It can take you very far in this very real world. Since you all know people and stories so well, trust what you know to be true, and remember, no one wants to watch a movie about someone who has never struggled. No hero became a hero by playing it safe, and no real intelligence ever came from being perfect. Congratulations, class of 2023. Boomer Sooner!
Thank you, Sarah. That was really great. We'd like to present you with a small gift as a token of our appreciation. Now I'd like to introduce our senior faculty member.